Now I want y'all to watch it. Listen to this story. Listen to what's happening to brothers out there. Productive brothers. Remember I told y'all that this usually happens to productive brothers, right? And this story's not getting any legs. This story, there's no legs on this story. Listen to this, man. Listen to this.
This story on information of the case, possible charge.
And the video's a little low, so you might have to turn up your volume, but listen to this.
Taylor live at 5 with what she's learned.
The family just absolutely devastated over the loss of Bostic, who, as you just said, was killed when the mother of his children pinned him between a house and a car. Those family members describing him to me as a man with a big heart, a provider who worked nonstop to provide for his children. A spokesperson for Jefferson County tells me Bostic had worked with them for almost 9 years, including as an officer for juvenile court. His aunts tell me he began working with the county as soon as he graduated high school. They say the last few hours have been an absolute nightmare for them and that they're trying to process how someone could do something so cruel.
She would do him so cruelly. It's so wrong. It's not fair. It's not right, but he's a good person. He's truly gonna be missed. You know, a long time ago they said there's a few good men left. He was one of them. He was gonna provide for his family, and he's gonna do the things that he needs to do for his family.
Imagine you have somebody that comes into your life. All they want to do is love on you, provide for you, make sure that you have the world. And then all of a sudden it ends over jealousy, envy, and just pure out evil. On Easter Sunday night down in Birmingham, Alabama, this is Marquise James Bostic. Good man. And it's a lot of women out here who say they want a good man. They say that they want somebody to provide for them. They want somebody that's going to sweep them off their feet. And this is something that does not get talked about enough. And before you say anything, he didn't do anything to her but try to love on her and her children along with his children that he had with her.
And if you go online, if you got a Facebook page, Instagram page, type in his name and watch all the people who knew him, his family, his friends, the women, the men who knew him said that all he did was love this lady, provide for her. They said he was a good guy. There's nothing but good things being said about him. And this happens to him.
Didn't do anything wrong. All he did was try to love her, and she took his life. So at around 9:50 p.m. on Easter Sunday night, a birthday celebration and an Easter celebration was taking place. Police were called of a woman attempting to run a man over, which was Marquise. He's only 27 years old. Tried to run him over, and shots were fired, all from her. And when police arrived, they found him trapped between the car and a house. Yes, you heard that right. What's even worse, she did this in front of the children. She did this in front of other family members. No blatant regard for anybody else.
In front of the children. You still want me to talk about Shannon Sharpe?
That's just pure evil. And she did this with the SUV. I mean, you see the dent right there. My God.
7-year-old Marquise James Bostic, pinned between a vehicle and a house where a birthday party and Easter celebration had taken place.
The female suspect did in fact run over the male. He was trapped between the vehicle and a house.
Investigators say the incident stemmed from a domestic argument between Bostic and a woman he shares children with. A large crowd, including family members and children, witnessed the incident. It got so chaotic, Birmingham police had to call a max emergency for all officers to respond to the scene.
There was a large commotion. Family members were visibly upset because their loved one was just hit, and officers could not get the scene under control with each precinct officers.
Under Alabama law, this deadly incident could mean serious charges if intent is determined.
Because those kids were there, this can now be a capital murder case. Because anytime in Alabama when there's a child that the couple shares in common that's under the age of 14, you now could be looking at capital murder.
And from what I'm finding out from other family members, other friends and stuff, this was a history. He should have been left her. I wish he would have. There was a lot of red flags and a lot of DV situations coming.
What did I say about brothers being in these situations? What did I say? How many times I said it? how many times I said that? A lot of these guys stay in these situations but don't talk about them. A lot of these guys be, dead center into these relationships, and they don't leave, man. They don't leave, and it's never talked about at all. This stuff is never talked about. It's never talked about. And look, and yeah, she was charged. It's capital. She was charged with that. She was charged with that. I looked it up. How evil do you have to be to do something like that? Not only just to do that to somebody, but to do that to somebody that loves you, cares about you. He's a provider. He's a good dude. Why? Because you didn't. It could be that one time he stood up for himself. That's what it be. It be that one time somebody in the relationship, him, when these guys, it'd be that one time they stand up for themselves and said, nah, I'm not taking this disrespect anymore. And they crash out because they can't believe you stood up to them. They can't believe you said enough is enough. That was their life. Their life was destroying you. Their life was draining you. Their life was telling you what to do, controlling you. Now, when you're telling them that is not happening no more, you're not going to control me no more, they can't take it.
Coming from her. And like I said before, a lot of men don't talk about it because all they do is get made fun of, or somebody gonna say, well, you had to do something. No, that's not always the case.
That's a fact. That's exactly what be happening.
For her and her kids and his kids. This man took her on trips. He did everything for her. He was a come up for her. That's basically it. He was a come up for her. They haven't arrested her yet. I'm waiting on the mugshot to come out. But I mean, there's clear evidence, a lot of witnesses, all the stuff. Plus, there was a history. And from what I'm understanding, also, correct me if I'm wrong, but he worked in the juvenile courts or worked with the youth and everything. I think he was an officer. Lift this brother's family up, lift up the children, because they took the biggest loss, and with her selfishness, not realizing, with her selfishness and everything, not only did she take away their father, she also took away herself from being in her life. Continue lifting up his family, come together as a village. I'll bring you more as soon as I find out more, especially when I get the mugshot and see what her formal charges are going to be.
In Birmingham, Alabama.
Here's the low life right here. Here is the low life. Missing part of her, whatever this is. Just missing the whole patch of braids right here. Looking crazy. Looking like a cyborg. This is the low life. This evil individual decided to take somebody out brutally in front of their children. Now the children don't have a father or a mother. I'm telling you, I know, I don't per se know exactly what went down, but I have a pretty good idea how it went down. Because it usually result in this type of behavior. He put his foot down, said enough is enough. That's what happened. Put his foot down. Enough is enough. I'm tired of it. And they couldn't and she couldn't hack it. She just couldn't deal with it. It was just too much. Don't talk to me about what Becky is doing. Don't talk to me about what Becky is doing. I'm telling you, I will make you look crazy. I will make you look bad out in these streets. Anybody telling me what Becky is doing, I will make them look crazy out here. Anytime they say, hey, look what Becky do, I can show you 60 cases of what Keisha is doing to black men. I've been doing it. I've been doing it. I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it for years. And instead of addressing what's happening out here with these productive black men who end up in these situations, right? Because it's usually, I'm telling you, it's usually productive black men. Pookies don't get taken out like this. They just don't. Not by Keisha on the large scale. It's productive black men. These are guys that are part of the community. These are guys that's out there working hard to provide for their families. These are guys that's on the straight and narrow. These are guys that's not addicted to any drugs. They're not alcoholics. These are the guys that wake up every day doing the same thing every day, not complaining about their life, not complaining about how tiring or how boring. They're not doing any of that. They understand in order for the family to keep going, they have to keep going, and they do it without a complaint. These are the guys that get taken out. These guys right here. Don't talk to me about no Shannon Sharpe and what some young Beck. Shannon Sharpe is no different than Hector or Brad or Raj with money. They all go through the same thing. They get it started. They mess with these young women. These young women, you know what they do? They just creating files on them. Saving text messages. Recording conversations. Editing some of the things. They know what they doing. The thing is, these guys are old. How you getting set up like this at almost 60 years old? That's on you. But when you start talking that, oh, look, this is what Becky is doing to black men and this and that. No. You're going to lose that. You're going to lose that right there. Don't talk to me about what Becky is doing. Start addressing this. And you know what? This story has been out for almost a week now. This story has been out for almost a week now. I saw this a few days ago. It's not going to get any traction. It's not going to get any traction. May get a little coverage here and there, but it's not going to get any traction. Because just like the brother said in the video, he said, when things like this happen, it's always, well, what was he doing? I tell you what he was doing. He was being a good man. That's what got him taken out. Rest in peace to another soldier that the world doesn't care about. Rest in peace.